welcome back to Devils United. Today we've got Luca and we'll be doing our round of 16 predictions. I know the round of 16 is a bit earlier because we've still got tomorrow's games to go ahead, but I don't have no time and I won't have no time to do the shows as I'm busy all weekend. Plus on top I've got shows on Monday, so we're doing the round of 16 today in case people are wondering why you're doing it so early. But Luca, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm all good today. I'm very well.
Well, I bet you're happy.
Yeah.
So we got plenty to recover. We will look at our predictions. We made some wild predictions, or it could have been very comfortable predictions. And as well, you can see who has been better with the predictions. Who is the prediction king or queen so far? Luca's buzzing thinking it's him, but he will find out very soon.
German fans, I have a message for you.
You have a message for me?
Hold on a minute for German fans. It's got to come out. It's got to come out. Germany fans, you're out. You're knocked out, German fans. You're knocked out. At that.
You wild. You're absolutely wild. Let's go into the comments. Hey there, Reese. Thanks for coming on and you're welcome. Thank you very much. I did do a reaction video about Roberto Martinez's resigning. So if you do want to know my thoughts, check the video out. Hey there, Niall. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Yep, definitely plenty to talk about. Hey there, John Hand. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Hey there, Rather. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in the chat. You wanted to know what you're eating.
Why do you keep asking that, Niall, all the time?
Can you just tell him what you're eating?
One of those little sausage things. I can't remember.
What, the pepperonis?
Yeah, the Polish ones.
The Polish ones? I don't know.
Liddles and all that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, fair enough. So, let's go on to F that and FVAR. Well, England's been robbed on plenty of times. Maradona handball, Frank Lampard's ghost goal.
Well,
it just happens.
England got ahead of Germany, and I believe what was that all about? That Germans were going to dominate the World Cup, and where are Germany? Oh yeah, not that.
Hey there, Andrew. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. Upper Japs. I actually said Japan was going to be the underdog, so I'm happy I did say that. Yeah. Good evening, I Like Coffee. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. Hi there, Henry. Hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, there's a lot of upsets, that's for sure. Oh, Scotland. Oh, Scotland. You're at home. Oh, Scotland. Oh, Scotland. Watch the World Cup from the TV. So let's go on to Group A review. And here is how I pointed the markings. You get 1 point if you get the win, lose, or draw right. Then you get a further 3 points if you get the score right, so you can get up to 4 points per game. And you will get 1 point each for first, second, third, fourth place, so you can get up to 4 points on the tables. And you can get a point for your guaranteed goal scorer. So there's quite a few points, right?
I think it's quite decent, Maisy. I think it is, Mace, because it pretty much rectifies about how many points you're going to get in this tournament.
So, we'll see what we predicted. We'll go with the very first game, Qatar versus Ecuador. You predicted 1-1 for Qatar versus Ecuador.
I was out.
I predicted 2-1 for Qatar.
Right.
Let's laugh at us. But none of us got any points. Next game, Senegal versus the Netherlands. I predicted Senegal and the Netherlands to draw 2-2. and you predicted 2-1 to the Netherlands, so you got 1 point. Qatar versus Senegal, you predicted 1-1 draw. I predicted a 3-0 win for Senegal. Senegal won, 1 point for me. So we're on 1-1 in 3 games. Netherlands versus Ecuador. I predicted 5-0 for the Netherlands. You predicted 3-1, for the Netherlands. We didn't get a point.
Oh.
Next game, Ecuador versus Senegal. I predicted 2-0 to Senegal. You predicted 3-1 for Senegal. We both got 1 point each. So that means we're on 2-2.
2-2.
Netherlands versus Qatar. I predicted 3-2 for Netherlands. You predicted 4-0 for Netherlands. And we both got 1 point each.
Okay.
So we're on now 4-4.
4-4.
Table predict. So we'll go with the games in particular. What do you think about them predictions? Crazy predictions, or did you just think I didn't know too much about the other two?
Maisy, I can't believe, right, you managed to say Qatar were going to score 2 goals.
I know. I just couldn't believe it, but I didn't know too much about the Qatar team. And
I can't even predict that. I can't believe I actually predicted right 4-0 in one of the games.
You get 5 points if you get the correct score, Niall. Was there any surprising games for you in that Group A? Because for me, my surprise game had to be Ecuador versus Qatar, because there was 2 sides what I didn't really know much of. I didn't know many of the players for either team, and I thought it was going to be an absolute snooze fest. But Valencia was absolutely on fire, robbed out of a hat trick, and Ecuador were all over them.
I don't think there wasn't really any surprises. I really didn't.
Well, you predicted a draw in that game. You didn't predict a win.
Well, but I expected Netherlands to qualify, and man like Cody Gakpo pretty much done his thing and pretty much
his top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Do you want to look at do you want to tell you the table predictions now? We both predicted first place Netherlands,
yes.
1 point each.
Yes, that's
we both predicted Senegal second. We both got 1 point.
6 points.
So, I then predicted. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I predicted for Qatar to finish third, and you fifth, and you predicted Ecuador to finish third, and fourth I predicted Ecuador fourth, and Qatar, and you predicted Qatar fourth. So you got the table right. Well done, Luca.
Does that mean I'm winning?
Yeah. You're winning, but we haven't done our guaranteed goal scorer yet.
Fair enough.
Guaranteed goal scorer. You had Memphis Depay.
Oh my god! How did I think of that?
And I had Gakpo.
So you win.
No. So.
And then Valencia got it, I think.
No, a guaranteed goal scorer. So you could anyone can score. You could just pick who could score any game.
I can't believe, Mace, I went for Memphis Depay. I should have gone for Cody Gakpo.
But that meant you're in the lead with 7 points from Group A, and I was on 6 points. So I'm only 1 behind you.
Top of the league, just like Arsenal.
Well, you haven't heard the other groups yet, Luca.
No.
I like coffee. Poland through to the round of 16. Ecuador knocked out. Exactly. Ecuador played brilliantly. But it's just how football is. It's crazy. Are you ready for the Group B review, Luca?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Group B. England versus Iran. I predicted 3-0 for England. You
Yeah.
predicted 5-0 for England. So you was actually pretty nearer than you think. You
Yeah.
predicted that thinking I'm being like, you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just being, you know what I mean? Like, going all out. But you're actually pretty close. We both got 1 point each as we both predicted the win. USA versus Wales. I predicted 3-1 for Wales. And Luca. Oh, I didn't get a point. But
What?
Luca. No, because I didn't get the score right,
Wait
or
for
I
this.
didn't. What?
Wait for this.
And Luca got the score right with 1-1 USA versus Wales. So Luca gets 4 points and he's in the lead 5-1.
Yes.
Then the next game, Wales versus Iran. I predicted 3-1 for Wales. You predicted 4-0 for Wales. Iran won. None of us get points.
Can't believe that.
England versus the USA. I predicted 2-1 for England. You predicted 2-0 for England. None of us got points,
Nope.
as it was a draw. Wales versus England. We both predicted 2-1 to England, so we got a point. So it's currently 6-2.
To me, yeah.
And then Iran versus the USA. We both predicted the right score with 1-0 to the USA.
Yes.
So we both get 4 points.
Yes. So what's
And
that?
then, what did you think of them games, Luca? Because for me, USA were, even though they scored the least goals, they was quite the surprise package defensively, and Iran was pretty surprising for me.
For me, I thought Iran were really good in the tournament. They were very, very unlucky to go through. I did a watch along the other day for Iran versus USA. The second half was the most boring game ever. Look, Iran. I actually didn't think they were even that bad on Tuesday. I think they had a great start against USA, but USA really impressed me in this tournament. I'm liking the look of Wes McKennie and Dest, two very good players from the United States. Bit disappointed that England drew to USA, but doesn't matter. England won the group and got Senegal instead of Holland, which is a better opposition. So England were always going to top the group. And for me, Wales, I was quite shocked that they managed to get out. So
They got knocked out, yeah. And I was surprised at that. I thought they really would have given a good
I'm
go.
not, for me, any
They've
Wales
been good in the last so many tournaments they've been in. So
any Wales fans watching this or whatever, right? Wales for me, right? If you're listening to what I'm saying, I'm very surprised that you lot got knocked out because you're not. Look, they're not a bad team. They're not the worst, right? But they were very disappointed, Mace, in this tournament. Whereas Bale, the guy looks unfit. He's not good enough. Ramsey's past it. What's Ramsey with his new look, right? With his fancy new hairstyle. Is that going to change anything? No.
To be honest, though, as you mentioned about the USA, I've really liked how Tyler Adams has been. He's a very young, great talent. With Wales, they've got so many aging players now, so the pace is not matched. But I look at it and think you managed to get into the knockout of the Euros. What is that? How have you deteriorated in just a year?
I think it's a very good achievement for USA because
Yeah.
USA, right, to have those type of players like Wes McKennie, Tyler Adams, is pretty good. And Tyler Adams is a very good baller for Leeds United. So he's very good in the Premier League. And for me, he has stepped up very well. Like, I didn't expect USA were going to qualify, but USA were one of those teams that were very good in the tournament. And they deserve to go through. And in the first game, I didn't watch the game, but I heard that Wales was shocking. And in Wales, it was one of those ones where Wales fans were like, get away with it, draw, one of those games. But USA, they were very, very, very good. And USA are not the team. They're not the team when he had like Kim Dempsey and Landon Donovan and that, and Marcus Beasley and Brad Friedel. But USA have showed that in the tournament, what kind of style of play. And what I liked about McKennie the other night was playing those through balls the other night. That how much chances he was creating.
This comes from a Wales fan, by the way.
Wales are shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say to both Ravi and Niall, have you even watched Koulibaly in the league?
Mate, Koulibaly, mate, Niall, are you on
Koulibaly, I'm just gonna say it. Koulibaly can't even run a bath. Never mind defend against one of the best strikers England has ever had. No. Not a chance. Exactly, I like coffee. Koulibaly pockets himself when he plays. He's crap. He's one of the worst Chelsea centre-backs I've seen for a long time. He's terrible. And thank you as well, Niall. It was just the October super chats what did go towards the breast cancer, but the link is still in the description if people want to donate to breast cancer now. Yeah. So we'll go on to the table. We both predicted England first. We both predicted Wales second.
Correct.
We both predicted USA third. And we both predicted Iran fourth. So we get 1 point out of 4 for the group, the table. And then guaranteed goal scorer, we both predicted Harry Kane. So
we did.
Yeah. So from that, I picked up a total of 7 points. Luca, you picked a total of 11 points. So after Group B, you was in the lead with 18 points, and then I was second with 13 points.
Oh, so who's winning then?
Me.
Oh, damn.
No, I mean you're winning. You're winning, sorry.
Yes.
You're winning, but at this moment in time, you're winning by 5 points.
Come on, 5 points.
5 points clear.
I'm in the title race. Yes.
You ready for Group C?
I'm ready.
Group C review. The games. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. I predicted 3-0 for Argentina. You predicted 4-0 for Argentina. We didn't get any points. Mexico versus Poland. I predicted 1-0 for Poland. You predicted 2-0 for Poland. No points. Poland versus Saudi Arabia. We both predicted 3-0 for Poland, which meant we both got a point each.
Yep.
Argentina versus Mexico. You predicted 3-0 for Argentina. I predicted 2-0 for Argentina. I get 4 points as I predicted the score right and the win. And you got the 1 point. So I'm currently in the lead with 5 and you got 2.
Damn.
Poland versus Argentina. You predicted 1-1 draw. I predicted a 4-1 for Argentina. I got another point. Saudi Arabia versus Mexico. We both predicted 2-0 for Mexico. But as we knew, Saudi Arabia scored in the last minute. So that meant we only got 1 point instead of 4. So what did you make of Group C for you, Luca? Because it went all the way till the very end. And we was watching the game yesterday. And it literally at the point where we had to discuss yellow cards being an option for Poland to go through.
For me, right, Mace, right, I think what I saw yesterday, when you came on my watch along last night, Poland versus Argentina, Poland was shocking in that game. They did not deserve to qualify for the knockout stages. Like, they got a disappointing draw against Mexico. Like, I don't think Mexico and all that. And Poland should be winning that game.
I think there's a lot of Asian players in Mexico.
There is. There's a lot of age. They haven't got people like Javi Hernandez, Chicharito. They haven't got these sort of players. Poland, for me, are a one-man team. They rely on Robert Lewandowski,
who scored actually his first ever World Cup goal in this tournament
last weekend against Saudi Arabia, right? And for me, they were so lucky to qualify because of the goal difference. So Saudi Arabia helped them out. And for me, talking about Saudi Arabia, I think they've been really good in this tournament. I just feel like, yes, the last 2 games were a little bit flating to them, but they're putting a very good fight against Argentina and got the 3 points. And people started to see that a couple of weeks ago. People started looking at that and thinking, all right, Saudi Arabia might do something here. But okay, they were very unlucky to go through. But to clarify that, Poland don't deserve to go through. But They got France in the next round. France will battle them on Sunday. So Argentina, yes, I do think they've got away with it a little bit, but I'm guessing the performance, what people wanted to see, where I wanted Argentina to win the tournament before the World Cup kicked off, but now I don't want them to win. Because the reason why I don't want them to win, because of the performance of what I've seen before yesterday's performance when we did the watch along together last night, that was the performance what everybody wants to see, what Argentina are going to bring to the table. So, yeah, really.
I agree with Ravi's comment as well about a lot of teams predicted to do well have been so mediocre. I completely agree with that. We will go to the round of 16 as well, Niall, at the end with our predictions. So we will go through it. Lewandowski, I doubt he'll cause an upset. One World Cup goal, not good really. Table predictions. We both predicted third place Argentina. We both predicted second place Poland. We predicted third place to Mexico and fourth place to Saudi Arabia. So both of us got the group right.
Of course.
And then guaranteed goal scorer. It was only you who got that with Messi. I had Martinez from Inter Milan. So after that group, Luca, you got 8 points from Group C.
Come on.
And I got 11 points. So I won Group C.
What? So how many points is there in total?
So in total then, you were still in first as you had 26 points. But then I closed the gap as I got 24 points.
So Maisy's in the title race.
I'm in the title race.
Yes.
We won't hear the end of the Messi fans. Luca, no trophy until the tournament's ended.
The tournament's ended. It'll be the little mini trophy. 4th place invisible trophy.
Group D predictions now. Group D review. Denmark versus Tunisia. I predicted 3-0 for Denmark. You predicted 2-0 for Denmark. No one got points. It was a draw. France versus Australia. I predicted 4-0 for France. You predicted 3-0 for France. We both got a point, and none of us predicted France will lose the clean sheet. I nearly have to score right as well. Thank you, Australia. Tunisia versus Australia. I predicted 1-0 for Australia. You predicted 1-0 for Tunisia. You got no points on that, and I got 4 points because I predicted the correct score for Australia to win 1-0.
Damn.
France versus Denmark. I predicted 2-1 for Denmark. You predicted 2-1 for France, so you picked up a point. So we're on 5 points as it stands.
So you're winning at the moment.
Well, it's a draw. At the moment. Australia versus Denmark. I predicted 2-0 for Denmark. You predicted 2-1 for Denmark. No points. And Tunisia versus France. I predicted 3-0 for France. You predicted 4-0 for France. No points.
Oh my God.
So what did you think of that group? For me, I think Denmark was very underwhelming. I think after they've been a consistent team, a team that works well for quite a while now, and you expected them to get better than what they did. Australia was definitely a surprise package. I think nobody expected Australia to do as well as they did.
For me, I'm quite underwhelmed and quite baffled how Denmark was shocking, because I said this on Rich's channel last night, and Denmark, for Denmark getting to a semi-final of the Euros, taking England to extra time, right, giving them a very, very good game, I'm quite underwhelmed and quite shocking how they managed to get out, because Denmark have got very good players. Denmark are Brentford FC. They've got the Brentford Danish look. So Denmark, for me, were underwhelming. I'm very, very surprised. And big up to Australia for qualifying. I remember doing a watch along with Reese a couple of weeks ago or last week, that Australia played France, and Australia had a good spell when they were 1-0 up. Yes, France battered them 4-1, but Australia deserved to qualify. And for me, like, I didn't think Australia were going to get a single point. I really didn't. And Tunisia, who gave them a good fight yesterday against France, right? France put a second team out, but for me, when you look at people like Guendouzi and that, they should be winning that game. So that does that go to show that the second team's not good enough, or can you just not base it on like, oh, it's only one game, right? You can't really base it on that. For me, you can't really just like criticize the second team. Yeah, the second team didn't have the Mbappes and Girouds and all that, but still, to me, you can't really like base it on one game. Not unless France have put more. I haven't seen France with their second team that quite often, right? I only watch them by their first team because their first team is ridiculous. So I'm quite shocked that France lost that game. And Australia, for me, they've got Argentina in the next round. I don't have any hope for Australia, but you never know in this tournament. We've seen some shocks. Germany have gone out of the tournament. Belgium have gone out of the tournament. Spain almost went out. So there's a lot of surprise in this tournament.
Niall said his dark horses are Japan, Morocco, and Australia at the moment. I had Japan at the beginning, so I'm glad my prediction of that went right. Reece said it was an exciting group, was shocked how poor Denmark were. We'll do the table now. First place, I predicted Denmark. You predicted France, so you got a point.
Yes.
Second place, I predicted France. You predicted Denmark, no points.
Oh.
Third place, I predicted Australia. You predicted Tunisia, so you get a point.
Yes.
And fourth place, I predicted Tunisia. You picked Australia, no points.
Nope.
Guaranteed goal scorer. This was done before the World Cup. Before injuries, I had Christopher Nkunku from Leipzig. And Luca had Mbappe, so Luca gets a point. And that meant from the group, I got 5 points. Luca got 8 points, so Luca won Group D. And that meant Luca remains in first place with 34 points, and I got 29 points.
Come on.
Group E review now, and Group E was the one that was done tonight. Japan versus Germany. I predicted 1-0 for Germany. You predicted 4-0 for Germany. No points. Luke is thinking, why the hell did I predict that?
I'm not saying anything.
Spain versus Costa Rica. I predicted 2-0 for Spain. You predicted 2-1 for Spain. 1 point each. Japan versus Costa Rica. I predicted 2-1 for Japan. You predicted a 1-1 draw. No points as Costa Rica won. Spain versus Germany. I predicted 4-1 for Germany. You predicted 3-1 for Germany. No points.
Jesus.
Japan versus Spain. I predicted a 1-1 draw. You predicted a 1-0 for Japan. 1 point for Luca.
Yes.
Costa Rica versus Germany. I predicted 2-0 for Germany. You predicted 3-0 for Germany. 1 point each. So that meant you finished with 3 points with the not including the table and the goal scorer. I had the 1. I think this group, in my opinion, it was very exciting at the last minute. Like Costa Rica was in, Spain and Germany out, Japan topping the group. It felt like the table moved so much tonight.
I think it was very exciting. Like I was watching the watch along, and for me, well, unlucky Germans, mate. I'm sorry to rub it in Germany. Germany who? Germany what? Germany nothing personal. Germany just not 2010 material. They're 2018 all over again. But anyway, for me, I think it was quite exciting. Like tonight, like I watched parts of the game, right, of Costa Rica versus Germany. I think Germany, for me, didn't really play very well in the tournament. What really shocked me, and I want to go back to the first game where it all started, right? The first game, I thought Germany played well in the first half, but couldn't take their chances. And Reece said this before to me. The problem with Germany is that they don't have clinical strikers. And the best is Timo Werner. But Werner is being injury prone. So they don't have someone like a Miroslav Klose, a prime Lucas Podolski, right? Germany have got good individual players, right? They've got Gnabry, Sane's just come back from injury. They've got Masiala, Adeyemi, they're building as well. I'm sure they're going to build players through that in the Bundesliga, right? For this season coming up into the Euros. I'm sure the German manager Flick. But the German game tonight, I saw parts of it, right? Didn't watch all of it, but I saw most of the second half. Germany, for me, if they would have started Kai Havertz, right? Of course, it probably wouldn't have made a difference because of the Japan-Spain game, right? But if Havertz would have started in one of those games, Germany would have qualified for the knockout stages. But the problem with Germany is that they lack clinical. And the thing is, with the manager, what they've got, right? Yes, what I said in the watch along earlier, yes, they need time to develop. They need to do what Italy did, right? The Azzurri, Italy are not doing very well, right? Then they lost to Albania the other week. But the trouble is, you need to build through. And look, that's what you're doing. Look, are you going through the right direction? At this moment of time, with the manager what you've got to give him time, right? He's got to get at least the Euros, right? If you don't qualify, right? Well, I think you will qualify. But if you don't get past the group stages of the Euros, then something's not right for Germany. But I think, yes, it was very difficult to get rid of Joachim Low. He's been there since 2006, right? It's a very long time. Now we're nearly in 2023, right? And it's very difficult and very, deflated that Germany, have kept a long-serving international manager. I think what Germany's best option is right now, and I know he probably wants the England job, is Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel, for me, would ideal be, but he doesn't want the German job. He wants the England job, right? I think if you've got to give this manager Flick time, I wouldn't be surprised if they sack him because of the disappointment where they finished. Look at Belgium tonight. I'm not surprised that they sacked him, right? Roberto Martinez
resigned.
Roberto Martinez won one FA Cup and then got relegated, right, with Wigan. So the thing is, keep the manager what they've got now. I think they're sort of going in the right direction. Yes, the last two World Cups, they got knocked out in early exits. That's the same what happened to Italy. Italy lost in 2010 and 2014 in the group stages. And look what happened there. Italy won the European Championships. So for me, if I was a German fan, I'd keep this manager until the Euros, start building from the youth again, right? Retire people like Thomas Müller, right? And start building around like Musiala, Adeyemi and all this stuff, right? But that's what I think. If not, you've got to get someone like Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, I agree with that. I completely agree. Reese asked the USA dark horses for you both. No, not really.
Not really.
I see you've asked a question, Rabbit. I will get that at the end once I've done the once I've done the round of 16 predictions. So table. First place we both predicted Germany. Second place I predicted no points for that. Second place I predicted Japan. You predicted Spain, 1 point for you. Third place I predicted Spain. You predicted Japan, no points. Fourth place we both predicted Costa Rica, and we both got a point. And we both didn't get our guaranteed goal scorer, as you had Musiala and I had Barito. So that meant from that group, Luca won the group with 5 points, and I got 3 points. So that meant Luca is still in the lead with 39 points, and I have got 32 points.
Come on.
Next one now for Group F. Group F review there now, and Morocco versus Croatia. I predicted 1-1 draw. You predicted 2-1 for Croatia. We didn't get any points.
Nope.
Belgium versus Canada. I predicted a 1-1 draw. You predicted a 4-0 for Belgium. You got 1 point.
Yeah.
Belgium versus Morocco. I predicted 3-2 for Belgium. You predicted 3-1 for Belgium. No points. Croatia versus Canada. I predicted 2-1 for Canada. You predicted 2-1 for Croatia. You got 1 point. Croatia versus Belgium. I predicted 3-1 Belgium. You predicted 1-1 draw. You got a point. Canada versus Morocco. I predicted 1-0 to Canada. You predicted 2-0 for Canada. I got no points there yet again. So what did you think of that group, Luca?
For me, like, let's go back to the first game, right? Belgium versus Canada, right? I did a watch along last week on my YouTube channel, right? And I was so pissed off with Belgium, right? Canada should have won that game, right? And they would have been in this position where they could have had a slim hope of actually qualifying. Yes, they lost today, Canada, but however, Belgium, for me, got lucky in that game. And they're overrated. They are shit, in my opinion. They are overrated. Canada, for me, played some of the best first half football against Belgium. The problem is, if you don't take your chances, right, and I said this on my channel, right, on my watch along last week, if you don't take your chances, quite frankly, physically, you're going out of the World Cup. And Belgium, on their day, had a bit too much quality over Canada. And for me, Canada, I think they've been all right in the tournament. I think they've been a team where they need a lot of, okay, they need a lot of improving, right? They're not up there with the teams who we know, right? But for me, they've got to be proud because performances are there and abouts. I just think they need to work on their clinical. Yes, they've got people like Jonathan David, which is okay. They've got Alphonso Davies, right? And before this World Cup tournament, when we did all these group stages, I was looking forward to, and I didn't even know that Alphonso Davies could play as forward. And for me, he's actually pretty impressive as a forward, where Bayern Munich, they use him as a wing back, and as a wing back, he's more better in that position. But
it
forward,
shows better how good a versatile he is. Alphonso Davies is fantastic, but
and for me, right, getting back to Alphonso Davies, he can push forwards, right? And what I like about his style at Bayern Munich, he's got he's good at left wing back. But for Canada, he could play as a versatile. He can link up with Jonathan David, which is something to look forward to for Canada in the future. But I want to get on to Belgium, right? And shame on Belgium getting knocked out tonight because I cannot stand Belgium, right? Right? All they do, the mentality of these players, whine and moan and bitch and complain and go on and on and on and on and on, right? Kevin De Bruyne and Courtois fell out, right? Okay. Lukaku is rubbish. He is overrated, right? Lukaku is not good enough in the Premier League. He only bangs goals in when he's fit because he's playing in a piss league, right? Lukaku, right, is not good enough, okay? Lukaku, right, in the Premier League, in a big moment, in the big games, he flops. And for me, the chances what he had today, right, Belgium at the beginning of that game against Croatia, Croatia would have took their chances and actually managed to shoot properly. There could have been a couple of goals up at half, but it ended up being 0-0. And that goes to show football, what we see, when you have chances like that, then it's going to end up being 0-0. But for me, people like, what I don't like about Belgium, which really disgusts me about their attitude of their players, Courtois, Kevin De Bruyne falling out and all that stuff. De Bruyne has had a stinker in this tournament. And De Bruyne, look, De Bruyne is a world-class player, right? And we know that. He's the best midfielder in the Premier League. But De Bruyne was disappointing. Belgium have got good players, right? And the problem with Belgium is, right, it comes down to the manager. The manager cannot get the best out of these players. And that's the thing.
I think it's a very tough team, though.
It is.
To manage. So it's overrated. Full of old players.
Yeah. Vertonghen, Alderweireld, right? If Arsenal and Manchester United or anyone like that were playing Tottenham right now, right? Right now, with Alderweireld and Vertonghen playing right now in 2022, they'll get ripped. Honestly, the way we're playing at the moment and in the Premier League, right, we will rip those two defenders. And I'm not joking around. I'm being serious because for me, Belgium are so overrated, right? How can they deserve to be second in the FIFA World Rankings? It's a joke, right? How the hell are Italy in 6th place? And they're not even qualified for the World Cup, right? So what does that tell me? Nothing. So for me, Belgium have been bang average. Their best player has been Courtois without the tournament. If they didn't have Courtois, Belgium wouldn't have won that game against Canada. Canada would have took their chances because Minier, I think, is their second choice keeper. He's rubbish. He's past it. That's why Liverpool got rid of him. But for me, getting rid of Roberto Martinez was the right thing to do. Yes, Thierry Henry was there as an assistant. What can he do? He couldn't do anything. He was there to provide to help Roberto Martinez. But for me, Belgium need to go and get a better coach. Whether this manager, I don't know any Belgian managers out of.
It doesn't necessarily need to be Belgium.
No, of course not. I've seen Fabio Capello being the England manager. Is he English? No.
Oh, but yeah, you're absolutely spot on as well, to be honest. And Ravi asked, do the so-called bigger nations underestimate the so-called smaller nations? I'd probably say yes. Morocco was definitely underestimated. Ecuador was underestimated. A few's been underestimated. Japan's another one. But yeah, table, we both predicted first place Belgium, no points. Second place, I predicted Canada. You predicted Croatia. You get 1 point.
Of course.
Third place, I predicted Croatia. You predicted Canada. No points. Fourth place, we both predicted Morocco. No points. Guaranteed goal scorer. I had Jonathan David, and Luca had Lukaku. No points.
I can't believe that.
And that meant, Luca, you picked up 3 points from Group F. And how many points do you think I picked up?
6. 0.
So I stayed on 32 points, and now you're 10 points clear on 42 points.
Yes.
Yeah. But I haven't yet added on Group G, as there's 2 more games to go. But I will go through the games we've had. There's no point doing a full review on it anyway, so we'll just see what we've got so far. For the game Switzerland versus Cameroon, I had 1-0 Switzerland. You had 2-0 Switzerland. I picked up 4 points as the correct score and the correct and the win, and you got a point for the correct win. Brazil versus Serbia, I predicted 3-2 for Brazil. You predicted 2-1 for Brazil. We both got 1 point each. Cameroon versus Serbia, I predicted 2-0 Serbia, same as you, no points. And Brazil versus Switzerland, we both predicted 3 points, so that meant 1 point each. So as it stands for the games, 5, I'm in the lead with 6 points, and you have got 2 points. Guaranteed goal scorer, you have Neymar, who is yet to score, and I have got Mitrovic, who scored in his last game. Yes. Yeah, so that's all been done there. And then the Group H predictions. Uruguay versus South Korea. I predicted 3-1 for Uruguay. You predicted 2-1 Uruguay. No points.
No.
Portugal versus Ghana. I predicted 2-2. You predicted 2-1 Portugal. You picked up 1 point. South Korea versus Ghana. I predicted 2-1 for Ghana. You predicted 1-1 draw. So that meant I picked up a point as Ghana won. And Portugal versus Uruguay, I predicted 3-2 for Uruguay. You predicted 2-1 Uruguay, no points. And our guaranteed goal scorer, Valverde's not scored. So that's the Group H prediction. So we're both on 1-1 for that, and I'm winning in Group G.
Yeah.
So what I'll do when we do our quarterfinal predictions, which is going to be on Wednesday, I'll also mention what the total amount was when we did the Group G and H. So then we'll know then.
So who's winning? Who's winning? Who's winning on the table then?
There's no point in adding the total score up, but as it stands for the rest of the group, you're currently in first place and I'm in second. I knew you'd like that. Hey there, Nippon. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Uruguay also need to pull their finger out 100%. They've been very underwhelming. But we're on to our round of 16 predictions now. And we'll go with the first game, Netherlands versus the USA. Two teams that doesn't score, two teams that don't really concede. Luca, what are you going to go for this scoreline? This has to be in 90 minutes.
90 minutes? What? Okay.
Yeah, so if you predict 1-1, you get the 4 points, and now if it's correct in 90 minutes. But if you went for 1-0, and it was 0-0 and 90 minutes, and then someone scored in the extra time, you don't get the 4 points. You just get the 1. Just so you are aware.
2-1 Holland.
For me, I've gone for 1-0 for Netherlands.
Not a bad shout, Mace. I'll give you that one. 1-0 could be realistic.
Yeah, it seems realistic enough. Niall's gone for a 1-1 draw. USA to win 5-4 on pens. Henry's gone for 3-0 for the Dutch. Question from Raver: who's been more effective for Uruguay, Suarez or Cavani? None of them have really been effective. They've both been ineffective as each other. Would you agree, Luca?
Yeah, well, I do think they are, Mace, because I think Uruguay with Suarez and Cavani, I don't think they've not really been that great in this tournament. And I expected Uruguay to be better. Like, I know Suarez and Cavani are old. They're very experienced. It's their last tournament. Cavani enjoying his life in sunny Spain. Suarez just chilling, having a free agent FC. So I think they've been very disappointed. And Darwin Noodles, right? I think he's been okay in the tournament, but no one hasn't really mentioned about Darwin Noodles that much for me. I haven't heard anyone saying it, but I think they've been a bit disappointed in this tournament, and I wanted them to qualify. I really did. And but
have they even scored a goal?
I can't. I don't think so. I don't think so.
So, with the forwards they've got, Uruguay have not scored a single goal.
What do you expect, Mace? What do you expect? They're retirement FC strikers, apart from Darwin Núñez.
No, but the point is, Qatar has scored more goals than Uruguay.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
It is extremely embarrassing.
Come on, man. Valverde, man. I thought he's supposed to be world class.
He's playing in the midfield. He plays as a winger for Real Madrid.
But Valverde better turn up tomorrow.
Reese has gone 2-1 to Holland. Nippon's gone for 2-1 for Holland.
That's a good shout.
Is Núñez playing out of position? Couldn't give a crap about Núñez, I must be honest. But is he? Well, I'll ask you rather. Is he playing out of position? He's a Liverpool player after all. Right, yeah. So our table, that's done. Argentina versus Australia. I actually think Argentina's been extremely underwhelming for me, and I think this game is actually going to be pretty tight. You know what? I'm going for a 2-1.
2-1 to Argentina?
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to go for Argentina to win. This is very difficult. Can I say the same prediction?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 Argentina. I can see Australia getting a goal. I can't believe I'm saying this, right? But I'm actually going to go for Australia to score first. I don't know why, but something's just picturized me in my head.
What, just like the France game?
Yes. And then I think Argentina are going to come back and obviously have enough quality off the bench to score. I think Lautaro Martinez might come off the bench and score. Mate, if he doesn't start this game, then I'm sorry. Argentina can go. I'm sorry. And but no, I think Argentina will win this game 2-1. Nipper, you always go for your shocks, but half of the time you're not right. Sorry, mate.
Well,
but it's
Nell's gone for
understandable.
2-0 Argentina. He's gone for the less of a shock.
You never know. You never know. Anything can happen in this tournament, right? We've seen strange things happen, which makes this World Cup all right. So I'm gonna go for Argentina to win 2-1 because I think Argentina will have enough quality on the pitch.
Nippon's gone for 2-1 for Australia. Henry's gone for the same for Henry's gone for 2-1 Argentina. Messi and Alvarez to score. Maisy that hurt because I said that Nunez's best position is the bench. Well, am I wrong? Reese has gone for a 1-1 draw. Argentina to win on penalties. Next game. My lovely Japan versus Croatia. What are you gonna go for, Luca?
Japan are through. I'm gonna go for Japan to win 2-1 because I'm really impressed with Japan. Right, I expected Germany to qualify, right, for the knockout stages, but Japan have been really, really impressive in this tournament.
So you're going for 2-1.
I'm going for 2-1 Japan.
Okay, so what I've gone for Japan versus Croatia, 1-1 draw. I think it will go to penalties, and Croatia will end up winning on penalties because I'm having Russia's World Cup 2018 vibes, where Croatia literally had penalty shootouts for every single knockout stage, and they got through to the bloody final.
Have they actually?
They near enough, did you?
Oh my god! Croatia,
but yeah. Now I've got the 2-1 for Japan. Hey there, Doug. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Germany have left themselves a mountain to climb. 100%, Doug. I completely agree with that. Vincent, hey there. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming in. Luca, you meant that in 90 minutes, didn't you, for 2-1?
Yes.
Yeah, because he could only do it based off 90 minutes to get the points. Henry's gone for Japan to win 2-1. Big up as well to you, Rather. Nippon's gone for 3-2 to Japan. So the next game, I know it's going to be a bit harder to predict, but Brazil is guaranteed first, and it's out of Ghana, South Korea, or Uruguay who they could get.
Can Uruguay still qualify?
They can still technically qualify, yes.
How do they qualify?
So
they would have to win their last game and hope second place.
As it stands, they're on 1 point, and so is South Korea. So if they win and Ghana lose, who they got their last game with? Sorry,
they got Uruguay. Still got Cameroon.
Yeah, so if they went to win and Ghana lost,
you might want to change the banner.
No, if Uruguay won and Ghana lost, Uruguay qualify. If South Korea lose, if South Korea win, and they draw Ghana versus Uruguay, they can.
So it sounds pretty much difficult for Uruguay. It's basically like that.
It's difficult for each team has a chance to qualify though.
Oops. I think Brazil will beat Cameroon tomorrow very comfortably. Uruguay versus Ghana. Thomas Partey, I've got a message for you. Right. I kind of want Uruguay to win, but if it all but means they're going to get knocked out, Thomas Partey, please get revenge on them.
I think though, regardless, they've got to win here, Brazil, with these three teams.
Partey versus Luis Suarez is going to be very feisty. So therefore, Partey, please smash Luis Suarez up and end his career. So therefore, he has to retire as a free agent.
What score are you going to go for?
Uruguay to draw 1-1 against Ghana, and Brazil.
It's Brazil versus any of them teams.
Okay, so Brazil. Say if Brazil get Ghana.
You just have to go for a score. I'm going for 2-0.
2-0.
You going for same?
Yes.
I know it's a bit harder to predict, but it's only one more game like that, though. Doug said, I can see Ghana beating Uruguay and getting revenge. Henry said, Brazil will win, but Portugal need to win against South Korea. Now's gone for 2-0 for Brazil. Next game, England versus Senegal. What you gonna go for this game? I'm gonna go for.
Free agents don't end up at Arsenal. Not anymore.
I'm gonna go for 3-0 for England.
2-1 England. I think it'd be a tight game.
Okay. Now it's gone for 2-1 Senegal after extra time. So technically, you have gone for a draw in the 90. Henry's gone for 2-1 for Senegal. Andrew said he's gonna go bold. Senegal 3-1. Nippon's gone for 2-1 for England. Doug has gone for 1-1 in the 90. And Reese has gone 1-0 England. France versus Poland now. What are you gonna go for this game, Luca?
3-1 France.
3-1.
Yeah.
I've gone for 2-0 to France. I don't think Poland's gonna score, to be honest. Vincent's gone for 5-0 for England. Now gone 4-0 France. Next game, Morocco versus Spain. This one's gonna be a tough one. I'm actually think Morocco's gonna get an upset here. You know, and you know what? 2-1 for Morocco.
1-0 Spain.
Okay. Doug said France will smash Poland as they were looking to get through 4-0. Okay. Let's see what other people. 2-0 for France from Vincent. 3-0 for Spain from Andrew. Now's gone for 2-1 Morocco. Andrew's gone for 3-1 for France. Doug's gone for the same as me. 2-1 for Morocco. Next game, it's Portugal versus Switzerland, Serbia, or Cameroon. I think that's gonna be quite. It's got to be a Portugal win, right?
Of course. But which one's going to face who?
Probably it could be any.
I think. Yeah, but Mace, I think it's likely going to be Switzerland. So I think Portugal.
Who would be based if you play Switzerland then?
Granit Xhaka.
Are you going for a Switzerland win?
Nah, I'm going to go for Portugal to win, and I'm going to go for. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Zoo is going to actually score. I can't bloody believe that I have to say his name, but I don't really want to say it. But Cristiano Ronaldo is actually going to score, and I think Portugal are going to win 2-1.
I've gone for the same. I had 2-1 as well, to be honest, so that's fine. Reese has got 1-0 Morocco, 2-0 France. Vince has got 2-1 to Morocco. Nippon's gone for 1-0 to Spain. Henry said, I agree with Morocco when Spain will be deflated. They lost to Japan, so 2-1 Morocco. Ravi said there will be definitely some spicy results. Niall's gone for 2-1 for Portugal. Vince has gone 3-0 Portugal. CRY7 will ish house a goal or two. So that's all done now. And the only thing we have to do now is our guaranteed goal scorer. So of all the teams, I would say don't pick the ones who could go through. Pick the ones who's already guaranteed. Who do you think's going to score?
What, in the last 16?
Yeah. You got to pick one person out of the entire group.
One person? Oh.
Sorry.
Mbappe. Man like Mbappé. I know who you're going to go for. I can just
Who?
sense it. Cody Gappo.
No.
Or CR7 or Valverde. Well, wait, Valverde's getting knocked out.
I'm going to go for Rashford.
Ooh, I like that. That's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout.
Mm-hmm. Henry's gone for Messi will score. Vincent said that Rashford will score. So that's our guaranteed goal scorers done. And before we wrap up, now gone for Richarlison. Ravi's gone Foden. We'll answer Ravi's question: which teams had the best route to the final? So what I'm going to do for you here as well, Ravi, I'm going to get the thing up. If you give me one moment. It should be updated now. There. So there is the round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals.
Wikipedia.
Pardon?
Is that Wikipedia?
Yes. It is Wikipedia. So to look at that, really, it's a good, interesting one. Do you know who I actually think may have the best route?
Who?
Argentina.
You reckon?
Yeah, because they'll get the Netherlands. I think they'll beat the Netherlands. And then after that, they could get Japan, Croatia.
England can get.
Oh my! Wait a minute. They could get Brazil.
Hey, Brazil.
Or the runners-up of Group H, who hasn't been decided.
But wouldn't England not get either France or Poland in the quarterfinal?
Yeah. And then if England go through again after that, we'd either get Morocco, Spain, and then who's in?
Cheers, Henry, mate.
Morocco, Spain, and then after that we could get Portugal if they go through, or we could get the runners-up of Group G, what would be Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon. I
genuinely think like England might have the actual easy. Look, I know France would be very, very difficult.
You know what though? Looking at it, no one really has an easy route.
No.
There's nowhere what's got an easy route when you look at that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Mace. Like when you look at it, identity it feels like there's not really anyone. It's always going to be difficult. Netherlands and Argentina were played in the 2014 World Cup, and Argentina won and went to the final. For me, I think if depending what happens in the France game, no, I can't see Poland doing a shot. But if they did, semi-final, quarter-final would be Poland. Semi-final would be Spain. Spain are not all that, but on their day they could be good. I think England got a chance, depending what happens against France and England.
Don't know. Yeah, Argentina / Brazil could get the semi-final.
Exactly.
They could play the semi-final against each other. And that was the Copa America final. So Brazil may want revenge on that. Spain versus France. Andrew thinks that could have it. But yeah, I don't think there's no easy route anyway to Ravi's question of best route. We'll wrap it up here now. Thank you, Luca, for coming on. Current champion of the World Cup predictions, which pains me to say. Would you like to shout out your socials?
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me on, Maisy. It's always a pleasure to come on the channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Luca AFC. We're currently on 2,506. We're 94 away from 2.6. So if you haven't gone and subscribed to the channel, please turn the notifications on, and it will really help the channel grow. And also, every time when I post a video, go and like the video. It helps the channel. And subscribe to the channel Luca AFC. And yes, there'll be plenty of content coming out throughout next week, leading up to the build up of the knockout stages. So if anyone's interested in coming on the channel, just drop me a DM. I don't bite.
I'll put your link in the description,
Thank you
Luca.
very
So if
much.
you haven't, go and subscribe to Luca
It can be
AFC.
done.
It
Yeah.
definitely can be done. And as Luke said, if you're interested in going on Luca's watch along, just give him a message. I've been on 3 up to now. So Ravi's put your link in the comments for if anyone hasn't already checked the description. I will be next week. I will be doing my Derby Day preview, Manchester United women versus Manchester City on Monday. And then Luca will be back again on Wednesday for the World Cup quarter-final predictions. So go and check that out. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button to both me and Luca. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. Enjoy the knockout football and take care. Bye-bye.